Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're going to be doing some glazed carrots, and we're going to be canning them up and fixing them up, and I'm going to show you that coming up right now. Okay, what you'll need for your broth is 2 cups of brown sugar, 2 cups of water, 1 cup of orange juice. Now I've got more than that, but that's the ratio you'll use is 2 cups of water, 2 cups of brown sugar, 1 cup of orange juice. And I got 8 pounds of carrots that I'm doing today. So, but that just double, triple that ratio, however you need. And I'm going to see, I think I have enough broth here for mine. Okay, out of our 8 pounds of carrots, we got 14 jars. And what we're going to do now, our carrots was washed, peeled. What we're going to do is we're just going to ladle our mixture into our jars. We're going to leave a 1-inch head space. And what we need to do is we want to have as many carrots in the jar as we can, but we need to leave that 1-inch head space. And as you can see, we may have to add a little bit whenever we get finished, but we're going to try to get them all to, as full as we can here. Reason you want to pack as many carrots in your jar as you can is because that way you don't have just juice in your jar. Now, carrots is probably, if it's not packed full and tight, then they will float on you. Same way with your fruits. Anything you put in your jar, just about it. If you don't get it packed good and tight, it will float on you whenever you get it canned up, and which won't hurt anything. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything if it does. It just, I like to just get as much in the jar as I can, and that way you don't have to use near as much of your broth or whatever you're mixing, you're using for a broth in your jar. And this, like I said, this mixture here is a mixture of the ratio to use is 2 cups of brown sugar, 2 cups of water, 1 cup of orange juice. Now I use unsweetened orange juice. I just use the natural orange juice, the completely natural orange juice. I don't use the kind that's been sweetened or anything like that. We're going to just fill all of our jars, and we're going to go back. We have to debubble. We're going to pressure can this. Carrots have to be pressure canned, and I'm going to show you that. They don't have to can that long. The pints can for 25 minutes at 12 pounds of pressure for my altitude. Now yours may be 15, it may be 10. You need to know your altitude whenever you start canning. Because when you're pressure canning, it affects the amount of pressure. If you're water bath canning, then it affects the amount of time that you have it in the canner. Like I said, carrots have to be pressure canned. So we'll be pressure canning these. But this is a really good, simple, quick recipe. I did these a few months back. I don't know, 7 or 8 jars of them. We've already eaten every one of them. That's why my local grocery store here put these on sale for $1 a pound. And I don't know about where you live, but where I live, $1 a pound is pretty cheap. So for the carrots. So you find something on a deal like that, you can can it up. You can put it on the shelf. You don't have to worry about if electricity goes out or whatever. It won't affect it at all. This will be good up until year and a half, 2 years. And this is a good example here, what I'm fixing to show you. we just a little bit shy of having enough for those 2 jars there. So instead of making a whole nother batch, I'm just going to add just a little bit more water. It won't affect the anything in them. It won't affect the taste of them because we're not having to add enough water for that. Now you want to take your debubbler and be sure that you get your air bubbles out. Move everything around. Make sure that you stay under that 1-inch headspace. And we're going to come back and we're going to measure them here in just a second. We're going to get them all debubbled, then we'll come back and we'll measure them. If we have to add a little bit to 1 or 2 of them, then we'll add a little bit of that's hot water I got now. Your mixture you want to heat up and dissolve your sugar in. Make sure your sugar's dissolved. You don't have to get it to boiling or anything like that, but you do want to get it to where your sugar dissolves and you got it hot, you know, you got it good and warm anyway. Like I said, because we got the proper amount of water in our canner. The Presto canner, it's supposed to have 3 quarts of water in the bottom of it. We got water in the canner. The canner's turned on. I got it on about well, not quite on the medium. Making sure that it's good and warm because we got warm product here. We're going to have, I want a warm canner. Like I said before, you know, if you got a cold product, you want a cold canner. Warm product, you want a warm canner. So you don't want to be busting jars, and not only that, but it helps with the siphoning. Now the siphoning is whenever your liquid boils out from under your lid during the canning process, and you'll know that because I'm going to take and measure my head space. We want about a 1-inch head space here. Go down just a little bit there. About a 1-inch head space. I add a little bit to that one. Remember our 1-inch head space on the thing. It shows you a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, all the way up to a 1-inch. And we're doing a 1-inch head space with our carrots. And another way to know your 1-inch head space is right under this bottom ring here is a 1-inch head space. See where our liquid is there? Right under that ring, that's a 1-inch head space. So you can always tell by that as well. I'm just going to add a little bit to that one. And there's one more there, that one right there. I need just a little bit. And that one there. Need just a little bit. All right, then the next step you want to do is just white vinegar. You want to take a paper towel or a clean towel, something. Dip it in the white vinegar. You want to just wipe your tops because this mixture is sticky and you don't want anything on the top of your jars. Now you want to make sure that you don't have any jars that are chipped or cracked, because if there's a chip or a crack in some of them, then they will not seal. So just take and wipe them all down good. Make sure you get anything that may have got on them during the filling of them. Make sure you get it off. You want to be sure your jars doesn't have any of the mixture on top of them, or no little pieces of carrots or anything like that. So just wipe them down good. You don't, and I have my lid soaking in hot water here. They say nowadays you don't have to do that, but that's the way I learned to can, and so I still do that. They say you don't have to sterilize your jars if you're pressure canning or a water bath canning for more than 10 minutes, because the jars are sterilized in the canner. My jars have been washed, they're clean. I wash them in a dishwasher. And now what we want to do is we're just going to get our lids out of our water. We're going to get the lid. We're going to place it on top of the jar. What you want to do, you want to be sure that your lids are sort of centered on your jar. You don't want them offset. You want them centered so that you get a good seal. That little rubber gasket, you see the little rubber gasket around there? That's what actually seals on your jar. That rubber gasket is what you have to have on there to seal. You want to make sure that your lids, even though they're new, I've got new lids that will have a ding in them, a little bent spot or something. You don't want that. Now, we want to put our rings on, fingertip tight. Center, and then just fingertip tight. And we want to just go all the way through. You don't want to hammer down on your lids, on your rings, because the air has to escape out from under that lid. And then during the canning process, and then when you take it out of the canner and it goes to cooling off, it tries to suck air back into it. And that's what forms a seal on your jars. So you want to get them just fingertip tight. What you can do with just your fingers. That's fingertip tight. If you get them too tight, your lids will buckle on you and they will not seal. If you have them too loose, they won't be able to, when they go to try to seal, they won't suck all the way back down onto your jar. And what we're going to do, we're going to put these in the canner and we'll bring you back and we'll get them all in the canner. Okay, if you watch my tools for canning video, you've seen that I remember I said that the 23 quart canner was my favorite canner. The 23 quart Presto. The difference is the 16 quart that I showed on there, you can get the bottom row and that's it. The 23 quart is deep enough that you can double stack them. As you can see, I have 8 jars in the bottom of my canner here. All I have to do is just put me another rack in there. Once I put that rack in there, then I can stack more jars on top of that rack in my canner. This is something that you can't do with the 16 quart. But the 23 quart is tall enough that you can do this. And then all you have to do from there is just the normal procedure of just putting your lid on and turning your burner up. As you can see, we got it sitting on there. We're going to slip our lid on here. Get it lined up. Remember, turn it till it locks. And we're going to turn the burner up on high. Now what we're going to do, we're going to wait until we start blowing steam out the cockpit here. A steady flow of steam, and our little lock here pops up. And whenever that happens, we'll set a timer for 10 minutes. But we'll bring you back at that point and show you how we do that. Okay, you can see that our little lock here has popped up now. I don't know if you can see the steam or not, but we have a steady flow of steam blowing out the back there. So we're going to go ahead and set us a timer for 10 minutes there. Get our timer set for 10 minutes. And we're going to let it go like this for 10 minutes, then we'll bring you back. Okay, our timer's just fixing to go off here. It's got just a few more seconds. It's going to go off. And we've been venting now out our pipe There it goes right there. We've been venting out our pipe for 10 minutes now. So all we want to do at this point, we're just going to drop our weight down on top of our vent there. And we're going to leave, we still have our burner turned up. We have not touched our burner. We're going to wait until it builds up to 12 pounds of pressure. And then we'll be back and show you what to do at that point. Okay, you can see now that we're on our 12 pounds of pressure. So what we want to do is we want to turn the burner down to our sweet spot there. And you'll figure out where your sweet spot is on yours as you do some canning and work with it. We want to set us a timer over here for 25 minutes. Now the pints are going to can for 25 minutes. If we was doing quarts, we would need to can for 30. And I don't know if I mentioned or not, but our carrots was raw whenever we put them into their jars. We did not cook our carrots. They'll cook during the canning process. We just want to maintain this 12 pounds of pressure throughout the 25 minutes. We'll bring you back whenever that timer's up. All right, there goes our timer. It's cut off. So now all we want to do is just turn our burner off, and we're going to leave it set until our gauge here drops all the way back down to 0, and our little lock here drops down, and then we'll bring you back at that time. Okay, you can see now that our gauge has dropped all the way down to 0. Our little lock is down. All I want to do at this point is just take our weight off, be sure there's no more pressure. We're going to release our lid. When you take your lid off, you always want to take it off away from you because you don't want to get hit in the face where it's steam. And we're just going to set that lid right there for just a couple of minutes, let our jars sort of get acclimated to the temperature, the change in temperature from outside to in the canner. And then we'll be right back and take them out of the canner and we'll show you the finished product. Okay, our jar has been sitting there with the lid hanging on them for a couple of minutes. We're going to go ahead and take them out, set them down and see what they look like here. There he is right here. We're going to take our lid off, just set it aside, get our jar lifter here, and we're going to bring them out. Set them over here. You always want to have a towel or something to set your jars on. You don't want to set them down on the counter on anything cold or solid like that, because if you do, you take a chance on breaking your jars. I'll hold this one up here and show you what it looks like. Glazed carrots. We're going to have 14 jars. We're going to let them sit out here and they'll sit here overnight. Then tomorrow morning we'll check, make sure they're all sealed, and we'll wash them, label them, you know what they are, glazed carrots. We'll put today's date on them. You always want to label your product because I guarantee you if you don't, you'll forget what it is before it's over with. Get me a fork here that I can take that rack out, that middle rack. This is going to be hot. I'll set it over here to the side. Gonna get these out of the bottom. One just popped there. Like I said before, that's a good sound whenever you hear a pop because that means they're sealing. And a lot of times they'll seal sitting there in the canner before you ever start taking them out. Once you take that lid off, you know, and you got the heat out from under them, they start cooling down. I hear one pop over in the canner now. They'll go ahead and seal. And you know you know it's good whenever they do, and when they seal like it, because then you know that what you did right. But you can see those are really good. They'll be fully cooked now. They cooked while they was in the canner. Like I said, they were raw carrots when we put them in. They gonna be fully cooked carrots. They'll be ready to eat. You know, in case one doesn't seal, whatever doesn't seal, if you ever can and have a jar that doesn't seal, it's still good to eat. Just put it in your refrigerator and eat it within a couple of days, and it'll be fine. You don't have to throw it away just because it doesn't seal, because it'll still be good for a couple of days there, even if it doesn't seal. But this finish there went another one. Glazed carrots, real simple, easy recipe. Like I said, the ratio now, if you want to just do like 6 pints, the 2 cups of sugar, brown sugar, the 2 cups of water, 1 cup of orange juice to do about 6 pints. I had, as you can see, 14 pints. I actually had, I think, 3 times that. I think I tripped. So, you know, 4 to 6 pints will do the recipe that I give you. If you need to, just double it. Keep the same ratio. It'll be fine. If you would, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. We appreciate it. It really helps us out a lot. We'll see you on the next one there.